for... Now, the news for South Mississippi. WLOX News at 6.
There's a balance here as long as we all just work together.
As South Mississippi grows, that balance between development and the environment is an often heard concern. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. Rebecca has tonight off. Glynn Illich wants to develop the nicest neighborhood in Long Beach. He's building an upscale subdivision on some 16 acres at the corner of Espy Avenue and Pineville Road. Now, one of the challenges he faces, though, is something familiar to a lot of developers along the coast. A small piece of the property is on wetlands. That requires a series of permits. Steve Phillips explains how this first-time developer is coping with the environmental regulations.
Jeff, several people warned Glynn Illich that dealing with the Army Corps of Engineers would be difficult, but he wasn't intimidated by the rather complex process of wetlands mitigation. Like a growing number of South Mississippi developers, his whole approach is environmentally friendly.
Yeah, we're still looking at the first week in June to have this project completed.
BelleTerre Estates is being built on the site of an old pecan orchard. Nearly 3 acres on the north side of the subdivision are wetlands. That means the developer had to buy some 9 acres of wetlands elsewhere as mitigation.
Basically, you know, us purchasing 3 acres to every one that we use. Even though the area is still kind of questionable, if it was even wet, you know, we didn't even go there. We just said, guys, what will it take to get this done?
Illich views the Army Corps of Engineers as friend rather than foe. His own concern for environmental protection includes preserving as many trees as possible.
When we're putting the road down the center, we came across an absolutely beautiful pecan tree right smack in the middle of the road. You know, opposed to just leveling that tree, we're going to break the road right around it if I can get that tree to lift. 2 prominent oaks were also spared. We actually moved our whole road over to save those 2 oak trees. And I'm no tree hugger, don't get me wrong, but protecting the environment is important. You know, and that's something we wanted to do, and that's something we're going to do.
Getting the necessary permits from the Army Corps and the DMR took about 9 months. Illich understands the need for protecting the environment and cooperating with those agencies which ensure that protection.
You know, this area is going to be booming, so it's give and take on the balance here, and we're doing the best we can by preserving as much as we can, purchasing wetlands in other areas, saving those areas, and so it can work. There's a balance here as long as we all just work together, and that's what we did.
Glynn Illich says the oversight of the Army Corps extends beyond wetlands protection. Now, along with surveying the property for wetlands, a separate team inspected the land for historical concerns, looking for Indian bones or relics. None was found. Jeff?
Thank you, Steve. After years of living in flood-prone areas, 8